Welcome to Community Cafes, revealing unforeseen partnerships developed by the Alaska Children's Trust Fund in cooperation with the National Alliance of Children's Trust and Prevention Funds.
It's just a natural way that all of us here in the circle have experienced, whether it's in just meeting with your friends for coffee or going to your grandma's for dinner, or people gather together and just have meaningful conversations.
Being with one another in loving presence in a way that appreciates the beauty of every community and appreciates the beauty of every single human being that walks through that door.
Community cafes create questions that revolve around possibilities instead of problem solving, and allows the group and the host to trust in the collective wisdom.
Rather than trying to convince people of what to do or trying to drive an agenda with a preconceived outcome in mind, we will think of questions that aren't necessarily designed to solve what we perceive as the problems of the neighborhood. We design questions that help people have a meaningful conversation to talk about the compelling issues of that community.
When you're in a community cafe, you're really looking at the strengths that you have as a parent and the strengths of the group, and you're pulling on each other's strengths to make for change instead of looking at people's weaknesses and judging or giving advice. You're really allowing for an openness.
How do I develop partnerships with parents? How do we develop partnerships with each other so that all these 5 protective factors are available for all kids?
I just want you to take a second to look at the beads in front of you and see if there is one that just pops out to you about courage. When we do the beading for the protective factors, we're looking at a bead that pops out to you that will be a visual image of what compassion might look like for you, or what freedom might look like for you. But it's an image that goes deeper into your learning so that when you leave here today, you have a visualization of growth in a certain area that you can apply later when you're out of this environment and actually in the moment.
My grandmother talked to me about how by being a part of the earth and by being born, I had a natural obligation to the earth, and I had a natural obligation to my community.
When we come together like this, we share ideas, and how we could live, so life would always be much better. Mm-hmm. I always go to church with Daniel. I know Daniel. Mm-hmm. We always go to Sudanese community together. We talk with the telephone. We go and do some other activities, things that are positive. Those things make my life better, and I believe as well as Daniel. So coming together means you make my life better, I make your life better, she makes her life better, and all this.
We try to give this feeling of casual conversation that anyone can do so that it does become sustainable in the communities, whatever that community may be. We teach this model, this framework, but sometimes how it looks in the different communities is different.
Oh my gosh, it's not just me that's dealing with this. Just the release of stress and a calmness.
There was a lot of information given today. The one thing I'm going to take away from it is that I am a good parent.
I see amazing resiliency because you just keep coming back and you know, a door closes and you just keep knocking on it. And
there's grace in receiving help. So it's wonderful to offer help. It's also so wonderful to receive it and feel needed.
Sharing and getting other people's opinions about things and getting more information and knowing that I'm not alone as a new parent and that other parents have gone through it and that I feel like I can probably get through it too.
Everybody is coming from different backgrounds and has different perspectives, and all of that together, what at the end of our cafes we call it the harvest, but recognizing that all of the input and the thoughts and the ideas of the group is truly a positive thing that we can take back into the community and help all of us be stronger, have stronger families.
What makes the community cafe unique to me is that it empowered the participants who came to give of their time the sense of can-do spirit. They feel ready to do something for their community, and they feel like they've met a few people in the community who share that same vision.
What I would bring home today is the good parenting. I mean, improvement of my parenting, that I would always keep learning, daily learning, that I would utilize to improve my parenting for my children.
Each person has entered with this beautiful perspective, and then we've, in smaller groups, talked about compelling questions about how to strengthen families, how to spark leaderships, how to build partnerships with families. Then at the end of that part of a community cafe, we harvest. And the harvest is, what do we learn together? How do we connect the thoughts that were in the room? And sometimes we connect thoughts from one table to another. Sometimes we will purposely take a seed that we learn from one conversation, write it on a piece of paper and carry it with us, and take it to our next conversation. Typically these gatherings have been meetings with agendas where you hear one or two people talking, and in a community cafe format, we use the World Cafe technology so that everybody contributes, and we focus on what thoughts are connected so that we can harvest some group wisdom.